We are at Port Canaveral, and today we're going to spend the day touring the Kennedy Space Center here at Cape Canaveral. And I'm going to take you guys along with us. If I can ever get Sleepyhead, can you see him over there? Out of the bed. It took us about 30 minutes to drive from the Port Canaveral Cruise Terminal area to the Kennedy Space Center. Once we got there, parking was $15, tickets were $75 for adults, and $65 for ages 3 to 11. You can get 2-day passes for $89 or $79 for kids, but we were only there for 1 day. As soon as you enter, you're gonna see the rocket garden, where you can stroll among real rockets. These rockets represent NASA's Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo programs. It was very impressive. The first place we entered was Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex. Here you can experience the New Shepard Flight to Space VR simulator and experience what it's like to travel to space. You can also try your hand at landing a Boeing Starliner capsule. One of the coolest exhibits in here, in my opinion, was the life habitat. You can see what it's like for astronauts while they're in orbit. You can see where they sleep, where they eat, and what they eat. While you're in the Gateway complex, don't forget to grab your postcard from Club for the Future, where you can fill it out and they'll load it in a payload locker in the crew capsule, launch it into space on a New Shepard rocket, and stamp it "flown to space" and return it to you. We really got a kick out of that. Check out this SpaceX Falcon 9 booster hanging from the ceiling. Last flown in 2018. On the top floor, there are 4 VR experiences included in the price of your ticket. You can embark on one of 4 space journeys: Red Planet, Daring Explorers, Cosmic Wonders, and Uncharted Worlds. You must be 39 inches tall to ride these, and it's not recommended if you have motion sensitivity. There is an IMAX theater with space movies shown daily, included with the price of admission, but there are also several add-ons that require reservations and additional fees. So be sure to check the website under add-on enhancements to get more information. Next, we headed to the Journey to Mars exhibit. There, you can learn about NASA's plans to explore deep space, including Mars, asteroids, and once again, the Moon. There are interactive games, simulators, and replicas of Mars rovers. live presentations all over campus, including this one that helped us learn what it really takes to go to Mars.
Of space exploration and discovery. You were going to Mars. Imagine standing on the red planet millions of miles away and looking up at the tiny blue speck where you were born. But before you can experience that moment, you must answer 3 questions. Can you survive the long trip? How will you live on the surface of Mars? And can you make it safely back to Earth? Sounds difficult, doesn't it? In fact, these are some of the most complex problems humankind has ever tackled. And NASA can't do it alone, we're going to need your help. You see, the journey to Mars is long and dangerous. So instead of sending you there in one giant leap, you take smaller steps first, and these other destinations will serve as proving grounds for solving some of the challenges you might face.
On our way to lunch, we passed by Planet Play, an indoor interactive play area for children ages 2 through 12. Next, we headed to Orbit Cafe, which is one of 3 main restaurants on the property. The menu consisted of burgers, sandwiches, pizza, and salads. The prices were reasonable, and the food was pretty tasty. You can find menus as well as prices for all the restaurants on the website. After lunch, we hopped on the Behind the Gates bus tour. Buses leave every 15 minutes and take you to the Saturn V Center. The ride takes about 15 minutes, and your driver shares a lot of fun facts along the way.
We have pondered our place amongst the stars since the dawn of humankind. We've looked at the stars with wonder and amazement, their glow guiding our travel for centuries. The more we learn about our universe, the more questions we have.
This time our trip to the moon will be on a brand new rocket known as the Space Launch System, or SLS, carrying the crew.
Once off the bus, we were headed to the firing room, where we got to experience the thrill of the launching of Apollo 8, complete with shaken seats and everything. All you space fans will not want to miss this one. Next, we got to walk beneath a Saturn V rocket, the largest rocket ever flown through space, and one of only 3 left in the United States. This is the type of rocket that launched humans to the moon, and it was truly a sight to behold.
them down. Then a second set of parachutes slows them down some more to about 20 miles an hour, and we will splash down in the Pacific Ocean. At that point, they are recovered by a United States aircraft carrier. And that is how we got to the moon. That's how we got back home. But before you go, a couple of things I want to tell you about here. On the wall, right over there on your left, the sign says, there's a moon up there.
Here, we waited our turn to touch a moon rock, brought back by astronaut Jack Schmitt. And at over 3.7 billion years old, this is the oldest thing I'll ever be able to feel. Another really cool experience. This is the Ad Astra per Aspera tribute, which means in Latin, to the stars through hardships. It honors the lives of the 3 brave astronauts that lost their lives in the Apollo 1 mission. On the Heroes Walk, we got to walk across the very service arm that Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin walked across to board the Apollo 11 on their fateful trip to the moon. Kitty Hawk, the Apollo 14 command module, named after Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, where the Wright brothers completed the first powered flight. It was responsible for bringing the astronauts safely back to Earth after the 3rd moon landing in 1971. So if you have the time to spare, I would recommend getting the 2-day pass. It was the perfect way to spend our day before our cruise. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, happy cruising.